Mr. Tripathi and organizers of this event, MSME-India, their representatives, staff members, and dear delegates, very good morning. I am representing Office of Development Commissioner MSME, that is in Delhi, and these field offices of Office of Development Commissioner MSME in states are known as MSME Development Institutes. We have office in Mumbai, one more office is then at Nagpur, and one branch is at Aurangabad. I'll straight away come to the business. This conference is for small business and to see that small businessmen grow. We have a number of services available with us, our schemes are there. But I thought I should present before you a few schemes that are directly useful to you and how they will affect you and your career, your business. That is very important. You all know that in 2006, MSME Development Act has come. And there are some important features in MSME Development Act. Definition of micro, small and medium enterprises was redefined, or you can say the term SSI was replaced by micro, small and medium enterprises. Manufacturing sector was separated. Service sector was also included in this MSME Development Act. After introduction of this act, many new things were introduced. And initially as a layman, one could not understand that how these things are coming and how they are going to help us in future. But as the time has gone, one can see that how this MSME Development Act helps micro, small entrepreneurs in a big way. There is one provision of delayed payments to micro and small entrepreneurs. I don't know how many of you know this delayed payment provision. That payment to micro and small entrepreneurs is to be made within 45 days from the supply or acceptance of supply by the buyer. Despite having stringent provisions in the Act and mechanism for settlement of delayed payment issues, I have seen many micro and small entrepreneurs have not taken benefit of it. Then it made me to think that what might be the reason. There are industry facilitation councils. If somebody comes and tells me or my colleague, please advise me, go to industry facilitation council. Every region in that State Directorate of Industries have set up these facilitation councils, MSME facilitation councils. You file your case, then it will go. But basic problem identified by me is these provisions are applicable to micro and small entrepreneurs. These micro and small entrepreneurs, they are writing their sales tax CST number, PAN number, TIN number, PAN number. But nobody is writing or printing EM Part 2 number in his invoice, letterhead or anything. Many of you or almost all of you are micro and small entrepreneurs. Please think, please check your letterhead, please check your invoice, whether you have written EM Part 2 in your invoice letterhead. What happens? I'll give a live example. This is just sharing the experiences with my friends, colleagues, or say brothers and sisters. At one end, instead of micro and small entrepreneur think that I am a buyer. These provisions are applicable to everybody, not for government sector, but those who are coming under compulsory audit, for them also this act is applicable, the provisions are applicable. So suppose I am a buyer and I have purchased something from small entrepreneur. I have to make his payment within 45 days from the date of acceptance of the material. But I am not paying. That is the usual story. Then I know what is he going to do. His bargaining power is very small. He will keep on reminding this thing, that thing, one day I will settle the bill. Meantime, if he goes in the facilitation council and files a case, it's a boon for me. How? Just think. Because there, I will take 3-4 dates. And after 3-4 dates, I will place before the Honorable Tribunal that, sir, I was not knowing he is small entrepreneur. I would have made the payment in 45 days because there is no special identification. Nowhere he has mentioned. He has not given his EM part 2. So I get time, sufficient time, matter gets resolved, but ultimately the sufferer is micro and small entrepreneur. So my submission, wherever I go, nowadays, in last 10-15 seminars, in UP, in some other places also, I'm categorically mentioning that get your EM part 2 filed with State Directorate of Industries, keep the copy of it ready with you and start mentioning EM part 2 on your letterhead and also in your bills and invoices. This filing of EM part 2 with State Directorate of Industries, sometimes it is questioned, why should we file? You have to file it because without filing EM part 2, micro and small entrepreneurs will not get any type of a benefit which is provided to them through government, state or central government policy. And it's very simple, you have to take an acknowledgement of that Entrepreneurs Memorandum Part 2 from District Industries Center. There are some other provisions, but I'll request you please read section 15 to 23 in chapter 5 of MSME Development Act about the delayed payment provisions. It is available on the net. I will also mention the site at the end of my speech. Next part is business development. Perhaps it looks a little odd that how can I talk about business development? But see, in 2012, public procurement policy has come, and from 2015 onwards, public procurement policy will become mandatory. By this time, you might have come to know that government departments, means particularly the central government departments and public sector undertakings, they have to procure 20% of their annual requirement by value from micro and small entrepreneurs. Out of this 20%, again 4% is to be procured from SC/ST entrepreneurs. We have made a study and we have come to conclusion that about 12 to 13% target has been achieved by these public sector enterprises. Still there is a gap of 7 to 8%. And to popularize this public procurement policy, all field institutes or field offices of Office of Development Commissioner, they are organizing national vendor development programs at various locations. We have also organized National Vendor Development Program in Mumbai. What we do in this National Vendor Development Program, we are inviting micro and small entrepreneurs. We request them to put stalls. We are also inviting public sector enterprises, government departments. They also put their stall, depute their procurement heads for interaction with micro and small entrepreneurs. Both come on common platform, exchange their business ideas, and there is actual business exchange takes place between public sector enterprises and micro and small entrepreneurs. It's our perception that they will not bother about us, but in fact I have seen these public sector enterprises, they are frantically in need of micro and small entrepreneurs. I have visited Air India, I have visited HPCL, Bharat Petroleum Corporation. I have personally visited, I have visited Western Railway, I have visited Konkan Railway, then Bombay Port Trust, Jawaharlal Nehru JNP Depot, Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust, and many National Textile Corporation. All they had come 2 weeks back in our Sakinaka office where National Vendor Development Program was there. And we are all responsible for business exchange taking place. We monitor how much business is taking place. At the end of vendor development program, we make the assessment. So the assessment says that assessment is not our assessment, that is the self-assessment made by micro and small entrepreneurs, exhibitors, who were exhibitors in that program. It is 110 crores business they are expecting in 1 year from the public sector enterprises who have visited them. I think it's a fairly good business which my small entrepreneurs, if they are expecting. Secondly, to meet this goal, in Mumbai, we have started creating a database in Excel. Name of enterprise, address, email ID, everything, different cell, they have been characterized. We are making the entry. District-wise, we can sort it out. We can sort it out product-wise. We can sort it out in a capacity-wise and in many other ways. Our 7,500 units have gone in our database. There is always a suggestion that what you do is not known to us. We should advertise it in a big way. And advertisement is again expenditure. It is associated with expenditure. Because we are not doing any business. We are facilitating, we are helping government departments, we are helping micro and small entrepreneurs to get business. So, this database is going to help us. How it is going to help us? First of all, we can communicate with you through email, which is not expensive. With one click, our mails reach to micro and small entrepreneurs who have submitted their data with us. Number two, these public sector enterprises, they keep on inquiring that they want supplier from this atom, they want supplier for this, that atom. We can find it out and send them that these are the suppliers. You go and contact them. So likewise, our database is also growing. In fact, I have made it a practice in my office that those who give me a card, if he is really a businessman, we enter him in our database with his details. If he is not a businessman, just a visitor, there is a provision of sorting out where to make entry of it. So that automatically database gets built up, which can be used at later stage at any time. So that is one of the biggest, project, you can say, or policy promotion measure initiative taken by our ministry for helping micro and small entrepreneurs. Our next exhibition is in month of January. You can also be part of that exhibition.